You think more money is going to fix your life, but if your habits are broken, more money just gives those habits a bigger budget. You get the raise, a better job, the extra income, and for a few weeks, it feels like everything is finally changing. But then somehow, you're still stressed, you're still behind, and you're still looking at your bank account like it owes you an apology. Because making more money does not automatically make you better with it. It just exposes what was already there. If you had no structure at $3,000 a month, you're not magically going to be disciplined at $5,000 a month. You're just undisciplined with nicer furniture. A lot of people think that they have an income problem, but what they actually have is a control problem. And that sounds harsh, but once you start paying attention, you see it everywhere. You get a raise, but now you need a better apartment. You make more money, but now your old car feels embarrassing. You get paid, but now you're ordering food because you're tired. You subscribe to one thing, and then another, and then another. And suddenly, your money is being eaten alive by little charges that you forgot even existed. And this is how lifestyle inflation gets you. It doesn't usually happen by one giant stupid decision. It happens quietly, one upgrade at a time, one convenience at a time, one I deserve this at a time. But the results are brutal. Your income goes up, and your expenses chase it like they're trying to win a race. And the dangerous part is, most of the spending doesn't feel irresponsible in the moment. It feels justified. You had a hard week, so you buy something. You're stressed, so you order food. You finally get paid, so you reward yourself. You feel behind in life, so you buy something that makes you feel successful for about 5 minutes. Spending money can feel like progress, even when it's the exact thing keeping you stuck. That's the trap. You don't feel broke because you're reckless. You feel broke because your money has no assigned job. So every emotion gets access to your wallet. We had a tenant a few years back who was one of the clearest examples I have ever seen of this. She was paying about $1,000 a month in rent, always paid, no major issues, nothing dramatic, just a normal tenant. But then she got a new job. Her income doubled. On paper, this should have made her life way easier. More income, more breathing room, more options. But that's not what happened. That's when everything started to fall apart. She started missing rent. She started falling behind. And at first, it didn't make sense. Because this wasn't someone who lost income. This was someone who was making more income than ever. But every time we saw her, there was something new. New furniture, new car, new stuff, new lifestyle. And you could see exactly what happened. Her income changed, but her habits didn't. She didn't become more financially stable. She became more expensive. And that's a massive difference because income and stability are not the same thing. You can make more money, but if every extra dollar gets absorbed by a bigger lifestyle, you didn't escape. You just upgraded the cage. And I don't even think she was trying to be irresponsible. And that's what makes this so important. She finally felt like she had made progress. She finally had room to breathe and finally felt like she had permission to enjoy life. But she expanded faster than her foundation. And when that happens, progress starts to work against you. This is where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. If your income doubled tomorrow, what would you actually do? Not what would you say you would do, but what would you actually do? Would you save more? Would you invest more? Pay off debt? Build breathing room? Or would you immediately start justifying upgrades? A better place, a nicer car, new clothes, more delivery, more trips, more convenience. And look, enjoying your money is not the problem. You should be able to enjoy your life. But if your lifestyle raises every time your income does, you never actually create freedom. You just create a more expensive version of the same stress. The goal is not to live your life like you're broke forever. The goal is to stop spending like future you has an unlimited income, because future you is the one who has to deal with the payment. And this same mindset shows up at bigger levels too. It's not just lifestyle inflation. Sometimes it becomes risk inflation. I had a friend whose parents were flipping houses before 2008. And when everything was going up, it felt like you couldn't lose. You buy, you renovate, you sell, you make money. Then you do it again, but even bigger. More houses, more debt, more leverage, more confidence. And that's the dangerous part. When things are going well, you start confusing a good market with being a genius. But when the market turned, everything collapsed because they weren't just building wealth, they were building pressure. And when you build pressure without margin, one bad turn can destroy everything. That story is not the same as buying too many subscriptions, but the root problem is the same. You expand faster than your foundation. You spent money you assumed would keep coming. You built a life that only worked if everything kept growing exponentially. But real life doesn't work that way. So how do you avoid this? You stop treating higher income like permission. You treat it like responsibility. When your income increases, your gap should increase first. The gap between what you spend and what you earned. That gap is where freedom comes from. It gives you options. It lets you say no. It lets you survive problems without panicking. So before you upgrade your lifestyle, upgrade your freedom. Build emergency savings. Pay off debt that keeps choking you. Stop letting subscriptions bleed you every month. Create a basic spending system. Start investing. Build something that future you will thank you for. Here's a simple rule. When your income goes up, don't immediately let your lifestyle catch up. Give yourself a delay. 30 days, 90 days, 6 months. Let the money actually accumulate before you decide your life needs an upgrade. Because if every raise becomes a car payment, if every bonus a vacation, if every good month becomes an excuse to spend, you're not building wealth. You're training yourself to stay dependent. Making more money matters, but it's not enough, because money only helps you if you control where it goes. If you don't, your income can double and your life can stay exactly the same, just with nicer stuff and bigger payments. So if you start making more money, do this first. Keep your lifestyle stable. Increase the gap, build your foundation, then upgrade slowly. Because the point is not to look richer, the point is to become harder to break. And once you learn how to make money, and once you learn how to keep it, there's still one more step. Because saving money gives you stability, but ownership is what actually builds wealth. So watch this next. I'll show you why earning and saving is not the same as building wealth, and why you'll never truly escape until you own something. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.